Did you know that nearly 70% of older adults are unknowingly eating nuts that may increase inflammation, raise bad cholesterol, and quietly damage vital organs over time? It's true, and the most alarming part is these are often the very nuts marketed as heart-healthy, keto-approved, or rich in good fats. But beneath the healthy image, certain nuts can silently trigger inflammation that worsens arthritis, disrupt cholesterol levels, stress your heart, and even impair memory and cognitive function as you age. One nut in particular, which we'll reveal very soon, has even been linked to liver and brain toxicity when consumed too often. The worst part, it's found in almost every senior snack drawer, and it's still being recommended in many low-carb diet plans. But don't worry, because in this video, we're going to expose the 4 most dangerous nuts for seniors, starting with the ones that cause the most silent damage. Then we'll guide you through 4 of the healthiest, most protective nuts you should be eating. Instead, the ones that actually support brain health, lower inflammation, and help your heart stay strong. So if you're over 60 or caring for someone who is, this could be one of the most important nutritional videos you'll watch this year. And make sure to stay until the very end, because nut number 1 on the bad list contains a hidden compound almost no one talks about, but it could be slowly impacting your liver, kidneys, and brain without you ever noticing. Before we begin, let us know in the comments below where you're watching from. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more science-based tips on healthy aging. Let's start with the 4 nuts seniors should approach with caution. Number 4, peanuts, the inflammatory trigger. They're in lunchboxes, protein bars, and most people's pantry. But for older adults, peanuts may be quietly doing more harm than good, despite being one of the most popular snack foods on the planet. Peanuts come with risks that are often overlooked, especially for seniors first. It's important to note that peanuts aren't technically nuts at all. They're legumes, which grow underground. That growing environment makes them particularly vulnerable to contamination by aflatoxins naturally occurring, toxins from molds that have been linked to liver damage, and an increased risk of certain cancers. And here's what makes it worse. Your body's ability to detoxify these toxins weakens with age, but aflatoxins aren't the only concern. Peanuts also contain certain proteins that can trigger low-grade inflammatory responses in many people, even if they don't have a true peanut allergy. For older adults already dealing with chronic inflammation, this can worsen joint pain, elevate cardiovascular risk, and accelerate memory loss. Another major issue is peanuts' high omega-6 content, which can easily throw off the delicate balance between omega-3 and omega-6 fats. A common issue in modern diets when omega-6 intake is too high. It fans the flames of inflammation, putting stress on your heart and brain. And if you're on blood thinners like warfarin, here's a little known fact: the vitamin K in peanuts may interfere with your medication. Let's not forget peanut butter commercial versions often contain hydrogenated oils, added sugars, and high levels of sodium, all of which can compound heart-related risks in seniors. Even natural peanut butters often include added salt that can spike blood pressure. A serious concern given that nearly 2/3 of older Americans have hypertension storage presents. Another hidden danger. Improperly stored, peanuts can become rancid, forming harmful free radicals, and the typical dry roasting process used in commercial peanut products often produces acrylamide, a compound that some studies suggest may contribute to neurodegenerative decline if memory loss runs in your family. This is one nut you may want to rethink if you love peanuts and haven't noticed any side effects. Consider swapping them out just a few days a week with anti-inflammatory options like walnuts or almonds. You'll reduce your exposure to harmful compounds while supporting healthier aging at the same time. Number 3, cashews, the hidden sugar spike. They're creamy, they're addictive, and they feel healthy. But cashews may be one of the worst nuts for blood sugar and bone health. If you're over 60, unlike most other nuts, cashews are surprisingly high in carbohydrates, around 9 grams per ounce, and have a higher glycemic load for the estimated 25% of seniors with diabetes and nearly half with pre-diabetes. This can cause dangerous blood sugar fluctuations. What makes this even more problematic is the health halo around cashews. Many older adults eat them liberally, thinking they're making a smart choice, not realizing they may be spiking glucose levels after every handful and their smooth curved shape that makes them one of the top choking hazards among seniors. With swallowing difficulties, from a nutrient perspective, cashews contain oxalates compounds that bind to calcium in the digestive system, reducing absorption. That's a major concern for aging adults already at risk of osteoporosis. If your doctors told you to watch your bones, this nut might be quietly robbing your calcium. Oxalates also contribute to kidney stone formation, especially in those predisposed, and the risk increases substantially after age 60. But there's more. Raw cashews naturally contain ureal, the same toxic compound found in poison ivy. While it's removed during processing, that process often involves high heat, which damages their fragile fats and reduces nutritional value. Commercial cashews are often oil roasted and heavily salted, which increases blood pressure and cardiovascular strain on top of that enzyme. Inhibitors in cashews can interfere with protein digestion, a concern for seniors who already struggle to absorb protein effectively. Their creamy texture, while satisfying, can also lead to mindless overeating, contributing to weight gain. At a stage of life where metabolism slows dramatically, if cashews are part of your daily snack routine, try transitioning toward almonds or walnuts, which provide more fiber protein and healthier fats, with fewer risks for aging bodies. Number 2. Macadamia nuts, the caloric bomb. They're rich, creamy, and taste luxurious, but macadamia nuts could be silently sabotaging your weight, cholesterol, and even your dental health. Macadamia nuts may be delicious, but for seniors, they can be one of the most problematic choices, primarily because of their extremely high caloric density. With around 200 calories per ounce, macadamia are the most calorie-packed nut available. That's more than double the calories in the same amount of strawberries, and at a stage of life where your metabolism slows down, that matters more than ever. In addition to calories, macadamia are loaded with fat, about 22 grams per ounce. Much of it saturated, while some fats are healthy. This amount can overwhelm the gallbladder, which becomes less efficient with age. For the 15% of seniors with silent gallstones, macadamia can be the trigger for painful attacks that seem to come out of nowhere. Even more concerning is that macadamia have one of the highest saturated fat levels among nuts, about 3 grams per ounce, a key contributor to rising LDL bad cholesterol, especially dangerous for those with heart concerns, and if you've had dental work done, crowns, bridges, implants. The hardness of macadamia can spell disaster for aging teeth beyond health. There are practical concerns. Macadamia are among the most expensive nuts, and to save money, many people unknowingly purchase lower quality batches that may have gone rancid. Oxidized fats are a major source of free radical damage. A known accelerator of aging. Worse still, most store-bought macadamia are heavily salted and oil roasted, layering on extra sodium and damaged fats that stress the heart and kidneys. And here's a little-known fact. Most large studies on nuts and heart health exclude macadamia because of their high fat content. Many seniors gravitate toward macadamia for their buttery flavor, especially as taste buds become less sensitive with age. But this richness often leads to overconsumption, further complicating weight management and heart health. If you enjoy the rich crunch of macadamia, consider switching to pistachios. They offer a satisfying texture and flavor, with a far better nutritional profile for older adults. Number 1. Pine nuts, the medication disruptor. This small, slippery nut may look harmless, but for seniors taking medication, it could be a silent saboteur. Pine nuts. top our list of problematic nuts for seniors. Not because they're the most calorie-dense or inflammatory, but because they come with a complex set of risks. Uniquely dangerous to aging adults. First and foremost, pine nuts contain compounds that can interfere with over 60% of commonly prescribed medications, including blood pressure drugs, statins, and antidepressants. These food-drug interactions can reduce the effectiveness of your prescriptions or even cause unexpected side effects. And here's the scary part. Most doctors won't mention this because pine nut interactions are rarely discussed in routine checkups. One of the most bizarre yet clinically documented effects of pine nuts is pine mouth syndrome, a condition that causes a persistent metallic or bitter taste that can last days or even weeks. While this might sound like a minor annoyance for seniors, it can lead to a loss of appetite, disrupted eating habits, and even unintentional weight loss studies show that up to 42% of those affected by pine mouth experience noticeable weight loss, a serious concern in older adults already struggling to maintain proper nutrition. Imagine every bite of food tasting like metal for 2 weeks. That's not just uncomfortable. That's malnutrition waiting to happen. Pine nuts are also extremely high in polyunsaturated fats, which oxidize quickly, forming inflammatory byproducts that can exacerbate arthritis, heart disease, and other chronic conditions. Their tiny size and slippery texture make them a choking risk, particularly for seniors who have swallowing difficulties or dry mouth from medications. And yes, dry mouth is extremely common in adults over 65, especially those on multiple prescriptions. From a digestive standpoint, pine nuts contain enzyme inhibitors that can interfere with protein digestion. This matters more than ever, as protein absorption efficiency naturally declines with age. And protein is critical for muscle retention and recovery. Even in their most popular form, pesto pine nuts are often combined with oils and cheeses that create a calorie-dense, high-fat food that can sneakily disrupt efforts to maintain a healthy weight. And, most concerning of all, emerging research is now linking certain varieties of pine nuts to accelerated macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in seniors. You might be adding them to your salad for a touch of class, but they could be speeding up the loss of your eyesight if you've been sprinkling pine nuts on meals regularly. Now may be the time to cut back or replace them with safer alternatives like pumpkin seeds or sliced almonds, which still add crunch without the hidden risks. We've seen what to cut back on. But now, let's talk about the nourishing, age-defying powerhouses. You should be eating more of these 4 nuts. Don't just taste good. They actively support your brain-heart metabolism and mobility as the years go on. Let's dive in. Number 4. Almonds. The bone-strengthening powerhouse. If you're over 65, your bones are becoming more fragile by the year, but just one simple snack could help fight back. Almonds stand as one of nature's most perfect foods for aging bodies, thanks to their impressive levels of calcium and vitamin E, which work together to maintain bone density. As we age, bones become more porous, increasing the risk of fractures, a leading cause of loss of mobility and independence in older adults. Just a quarter cup of almonds gives you around 97 milligrams of calcium, helping to counteract the bone loss that accelerates after 65. But here's what makes almonds even more powerful. It's not just the calcium, it's how they help you actually absorb and use it. That's where magnesium comes in. Another nutrient almonds deliver in abundance. Magnesium acts as a transport system, helping calcium move into the bones, instead of building up in arteries, where it can cause dangerous calcification. Almonds also provide heart-friendly monounsaturated fats, which help lower LDL, or bad cholesterol. This becomes increasingly critical with age as cardiovascular risk rises. For best results, we recommend 15 to 20 almonds per day, preferably raw or dry roasted with no added salt. Almonds also offer around 3.5 grams of fiber per serving, which helps combat constipation, a condition affecting nearly 40% of older adults. And get this, almonds may even help your brain stay sharp. Research from Tufts University shows that the unique antioxidant profile in almonds helps protect brain cells from oxidative stress, a key contributor to cognitive decline and memory loss. When buying almonds, choose those with the skin still on, as the skin contains flavonoids that work with vitamin E to double their antioxidant power. Just a quick note: chewing thoroughly is key. Almonds can be a choking hazard for seniors with swallowing issues, so always eat mindfully. Number 3, walnuts, the brain-boosting nut. Ever notice how a walnut looks like a brain? That's nature's way of telling you exactly what it's good for. Walnuts are one of the most powerful brain-up supporting foods for seniors. They contain more alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid, than any other common nut. And omega-3s are crucial for maintaining brain cell integrity and supporting memory and cognitive function. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who ate just 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily for 8 weeks showed significant improvements in processing speed and mental flexibility. But the real magic walnuts deliver anti-inflammatory compounds that actually cross the blood-brain barrier. The polyphenols in walnuts have been shown to reach neural tissue and fight inflammation directly in the brain, possibly slowing the development of Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. Another unique benefit of walnuts: they naturally contain melatonin, which decreases with age and contributes to sleep disturbances in older adults. A small handful of walnuts in the evening can help regulate your sleep-wake cycle naturally, and if you're managing blood pressure, walnuts may actually help your medication work better. Thanks to arginine, an amino acid that supports healthy blood vessels, and their antioxidant load, walnuts help maintain arterial flexibility, a key factor in cardiovascular health. To get the most out of walnuts, aim for 7 to 9 walnut halves per day. Store them in the refrigerator to prevent their delicate oils from turning rancid, and whenever possible, crack them yourself, not just for freshness, but because the act of cracking can help keep your hands and motor skills active. Don't be put off by their slight bitterness. That's actually a sign of their powerful antioxidant compounds at work. Number 2, pistachios, the blood pressure regulator. They're colourful, tasty and fun to crack open. But pistachios may also work like a natural blood pressure pill. Pistachios are often overlooked when it comes to senior nutrition, but they may be one of the most effective nuts for supporting healthy blood pressure. What makes pistachios stand out is their exceptional potassium to sodium ratio, with roughly 285 milligrams of potassium per ounce. While being naturally low in sodium, this matters because aging kidneys tend to retain more sodium, which can raise blood pressure. The potassium in pistachios balances that out, potentially lowering systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points a drop, comparable to certain prescription drugs. But without the side effects, and the benefits don't stop at your heart. Pistachios also help protect your vision. That's thanks to lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 powerful carotenoids that directly support the macula. The part of the eye responsible for central vision. Pistachios may help slow the progression of macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in adults over 60. They also have a distinct advantage in terms of texture, soft enough to be gentle on aging teeth and gums, but with a satisfying crunch that engages chewing and keeps eating enjoyable. Their vibrant green and purple colour isn't just beautiful, it's a visual cue for the antioxidants inside, which help fight free radicals that accelerate aging throughout the body. And here's a surprising bonus: shelling pistachios actually supports cognitive health and mindful eating. That's right, the act of shelling pistachios slows down snacking, prevents overeating, and helps engage fine motor skills. Studies from the International Journal of Obesity show that leaving empty shells visible can reduce calorie intake by making us more aware of how much we've eaten. For those with arthritis or reduced hand strength, choose partially open pistachios, which still encourage a mindful pace without being too difficult to open. Aim for about 49 pistachios per day and go for unsalted or lightly salted versions. Each serving provides around 3 grams of fibre, which helps regulate blood sugar levels, especially important for the nearly 1 in 4 seniors. Managing diabetes or pre-diabetes number 1. Brazil nuts. The thyroid healer. This one nut is so potent eating just 1 per day could support your thyroid energy and brain, but eat too many, and it might backfire. Brazil nuts top the list, because they address a vital yet often overlooked part of senior health thyroid function. They are the richest natural source of selenium, a mineral essential for converting thyroid hormones into their active form. Just one. Brazil nut contains around 96 micrograms of selenium, or about 137% of your daily requirement. And that matters because up to 1 in 5 adults over 65 have thyroid dysfunction. Most without even knowing it. When your thyroid underperforms, it drags down everything from energy levels to metabolism, body temperature, and mood. Getting enough selenium from Brazil nuts helps support more stable energy, better hormone regulation, and even improved emotional balance. But the benefits don't stop there. Brazil nuts contain unique fatty acids that help maintain the myelin sheath, the protective coating around your nerves. This helps preserve coordination, reaction time, and brain signal speed, all of which naturally decline with age. And here's what sets Brazil nuts apart. The selenium they contain is more bioavailable than what you'd get from most supplements. That means your body can absorb and use the selenium from Brazil nuts more efficiently, giving you better results without relying on synthetic pills. Because they're so rich in nutrients, a little goes a long way. In fact, 1 to 2 Brazil nuts per day is enough. And eating more can lead to selenium toxicity, which can cause issues like fatigue, hair loss, or even nerve problems. The rich, buttery texture of Brazil nuts also makes them satisfying in small amounts, which is perfect for portion control. Want to keep them fresh longer? Choose Brazil nuts still in their shells and store them in the fridge. Their oils are delicate. They also offer digestive support with a gentle combination of fibre and natural oils that help relieve constipation, a common concern for seniors. Perhaps most exciting emerging research shows that antioxidants in Brazil nuts may help protect telomeres, the caps on your DNA that shorten with age, potentially influencing how fast or slow we biologically age. And there, you have it, the 4 best nuts for seniors, each one with a unique ability to support your heart-brain bones or hormone balance if you eat them wisely. And there you have it, the ultimate guide to nuts for healthy aging. We've uncovered the 4 most harmful nuts that could be quietly disrupting your heart, brain, and digestion. And we've explored the 4 powerful protective nuts that can support your bones, balance your hormones, sharpen your mind, and help you sleep better. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about what you eat, it's about eating with awareness and making small changes that add up over time. If you're over 60 or caring for someone who is your snack drawer, matters more than you might think. The right nut can be a natural form of medicine, while the wrong one might be quietly working against your health goals. Now, we want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed changes in your energy, sleep, digestion, or focus after adding or removing certain nuts from your diet? Was there a nut on our list today that surprised you? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your experiences, and if you found this video helpful, make sure to like it, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe for more practical science-backed tips on healthy living after 60. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, take care of your body, fuel your brain, and keep choosing foods that help you age well. Yay!